I've touched briefly on the topic of layouts before, but never really explained what they did and why they're useful. Layouts, like events, are a simple yet powerful concept whose primary focus is not just on the UI design, but the user experience as well. Many programming languages incorporate layouts in one way or the other, and for example, if you're an Android developer, you'll definitely know what I'm talking about. But let me demonstrate some layouts that Qt ships with. First off, we have the vertical layout or the vertical box layout. This layout has its Q widgets, remember those are the UI elements, aligned in a vertical order. We can see here that our elements are aligned one below the other. Recall also that our Hello World application has this kind of a layout set. Contrary to the vertical layout, we also have the horizontal layout or the horizontal box layout. In this mockup, you can see that the elements are aligned next to each other in a horizontal fashion. We also have the grid layout, which, as you probably assume, aligns its elements in a grid or a table of rows and columns. So we see here that we have our two elements, the QLabel and QLineEdit, on the first row, but our QPush button is on the second row. Similarly, notice that our QLabel is in the first column, but the QLineEdit and QPush button are in the second column. With grid layout, you can have as many rows and columns as you'd like. And also, the grid layout is likely the one you will use the most when writing somewhat complex applications. I should also mention that there is another one, the QForm layout, and although it is very similar to the grid layout in its behavior, the form layout can contain two columns, and only two columns. Normally, you would use the form layout, well, when you want your user to fill out some sort of a form. So those are the four basic layouts that the Qt ships with. But I still haven't said anything about their usefulness so far, and it may seem odd to you that we have to write many extra lines of code just so that we can add the Q widgets to our application on the screen. Well, I didn't talk about that because the best way to demonstrate their usefulness would be when I'm demonstrating the layouts themselves, which is what I'm going to do in our next video.